Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the anatomy of a true legend, Cristiano Ronaldo. So what really transforms a gifted player into a global icon? A serial winner who has completely redefined what's possible in football? We're going to break down the moments, the numbers, and the incredible force of will that made him one of the greatest of all time.
And that sentence right there, that pretty much sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. This isn't just something fans say, this is the consensus. A reputation that was forged over 2 solid decades of just relentless dominance.
So, how does a kid from the small Portuguese island of Madeira become a name known in every single corner of the globe? Well, the journey wasn't just about raw talent. It was built on some huge, life-altering risks and a singular, almost obsessive focus.
Just look at this timeline. It shows an absolutely incredible level of early commitment. Think about it. At 14, he bets his entire future on football by just quitting school. Then, a year later, his career is nearly over before it even starts because of a heart condition that needed surgery. To bounce back from that and make your professional debut at 17, that's just extraordinary.
And that resilience he forged as a kid, that became the foundation for his entire club career. A career where he didn't just play, he absolutely conquered, building a legacy of winning in every single league he touched.
He shows up at Manchester United as this flashy, kind of tricky teenager. But under the guidance of manager Sir Alex Ferguson, a man he would later call his father in sport, he was completely transformed. That raw talent was hammered into a ruthlessly effective forward in the toughest nails Premier League.
And that transformation? It all came together when he won his very first Ballon d'Or. In that 2007-08 season, he led Manchester United to both the Premier League and the Champions League titles. At just 23 years old, he was officially the best player on the planet.
This quote just perfectly captures the kind of impact he had right away. For a club legend like George Best, one of the greatest players ever, to say this about an 18-year-old, that wasn't just praise. It was like a passing of the torch. It showed everyone that his talent was on a whole other level, right from the very beginning.
So after conquering England, he makes this world record move to Real Madrid. And if Manchester United was where he became a star, well, Madrid is where he became an absolute legend, an unstoppable goal-scoring machine.
His time at Real Madrid was frankly ridiculous. Averaging more than a goal a game for 9 seasons, it's almost hard to believe. He didn't just play for Madrid. He completely rewrote their history books, becoming their all-time top scorer and leading them to an unbelievable 4 Champions League titles.
But even after all that success, he wasn't finished. At 33 years old, an age when a lot of players are starting to slow down, he decided he wanted a new challenge. So he moves to Italy's top club, Juventus, for another massive fee.
And true to form, what does he do? He conquers Italy too. This achievement just cemented his reputation as the ultimate serial winner. He became the first player ever to win the league title in England, Spain, and Italy, proving he could adapt and dominate absolutely anywhere.
So you can measure his career in trophies, for sure, but you can also measure it in records. And honestly, when you look at the numbers behind the icon, they are just staggering.
Over 960 official senior career goals for club and country. It's a number so huge, it's actually hard to wrap your head around it, and it officially makes him the highest scoring male player in the history of professional football, period.
5. He's won the Ballon d'Or 5 times. That means on 5 separate occasions, he was crowned the best player in the entire world. That speaks to an incredible level of consistency and excellence at the very, very top.
Okay, now this might be the most impressive stat of all, because it really gets to the heart of his incredible adaptability. He is the only player in history to win the top scorer award in 4 different leagues: England, Spain, Italy, and now Saudi Arabia. It proves one simple thing. It doesn't matter the team, it doesn't matter the country, he just scores goals.
140. That's his record-breaking number of goals in the UEFA Champions League, the world's most prestigious club competition. It's proof that when the stage is the biggest and the lights are the brightest, nobody in history has ever delivered more. But look, his legacy wasn't just built at the club level. For his country, he carried the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders, a journey that took him from total heartbreak to becoming the ultimate national hero.
This side-by-side tells such a powerful story. On the left, you've got a teenage Ronaldo in tears after losing the Euro 2004 final on home soil. And on the right, 12 years later, he's the one leading that same nation to glory at Euro 2016, delivering Portugal its first ever major international trophy.
It's just a perfect story of redemption.
And his international records, they point to a level of longevity that is just mind-blowing. He has more appearances and more goals than any other male player in history. He's the first person to score at 5 World Cups and 6 European Championships. It's a testament to 2 decades of elite performance for his country.
But to really get the full picture of Ronaldo's impact, you have to look beyond the football pitch. His influence has totally transcended the sport, making him a true global icon.
With over 1 billion with a B, social media followers, he is one of the most famous people on the entire planet. That kind of reach makes him way more than just an athlete. He's a global brand, a cultural phenomenon that's so much bigger than football.
And even now, as he's approaching his 40s, he's still competing at a seriously high level. His move to Al-Nassr in Saudi Arabia has brought unprecedented attention to that league. And of course, he's still doing what he does best, scoring goals and breaking records.
So all of this leaves us with a final question. When the story of his career is finally told, what will be the one thing that's remembered most? Will it be the endless list of trophies? That historic victory with Portugal? The seemingly unbreakable goal-scoring records? Or will it be his status as a global icon who became bigger than the sport itself? You know, the fact that there are so many good answers is, maybe, the ultimate measure of his greatness.